Hi everybody, Mark Moorhead here at the Hall of Flame Museum in Phoenix, Arizona, the world's largest historical firefighting museum. I'm the curator of education and we'll bring the museum to you if you can't come in to see us. And today we're right here at the entry to galleries 3 and 4, and right here we have the station where you can search for a patch in our patch collection. Now, our firefighting arm patch collection is one of actually the most popular exhibits that we have here at the museum. Most of it is in Gallery 4, but over the years, as more and more people have donated patches, it's actually spilled over quite a few panels here into Gallery 3 as well. And I always like to tell people that if you count our patch collection, our collection here at the Hall of Flame has something from every continent, including Antarctica. And the trouble is, though, of course, that these patches have just come in any old order, so they're posted in just sort of whatever order we received them. They're not in alphabetical order, they're not by country or region or state or whatever. And so we have to have a way to search for them. When people come in, they want to find their hometown or whatever. And what we have is this search station. I'm going to show how you can do it. So let's say that I want to search for my beloved hometown of Harbor Creek, Pennsylvania. Many years ago, when I came into the museum, long before I worked here, I found that they did not have a patch from Harbor Creek, and I called up my sainted mother, God rest her, and she went down 3 doors to the fire hall in Harbor Creek, Pennsylvania, and she got a patch and sent it in, and it is on the walls here somewhere. So let's take a look. Patch from state Pennsylvania, and the fire department is Harbor Creek. Gotta learn how to spell. And then we just click on search. And there it is, Harbor Creek Fire Department. And then, of course, we find what frame it's in. In this case, it's in frame Z. Now, let's say that, just to put me to the test, you wanted to search for Antarctica. So that patch came from the McMurdo Sound fire station in Antarctica. Always kind of hard to know why they would need a fire station in Antarctica, but as a matter of fact, there's a research station there with chemistry labs and all sorts of things. So it turns out that, yeah, they actually need a fire station in Antarctica. So let's put in McMurdo. And there indeed, Antarctica, and the donor's name and McMurdo Station, and that is in frame V. So then we can go and look in frame V, but we can also click on this line and get a little bit more information. Antarctica Fire Department in black letters on gold banner across top and bottom, crash fire rescue McMurdo Station, etc., etc. And so we get all that information. We can try one more just for fun. My beloved nearby home city of Erie, Pennsylvania. So we go back to PA, and the fire department is Erie, and we search, and we find that there are a couple of them, including a couple donated by your humble narrator. So you can find, for instance, this one, the Erie Firefighters Museum, which is a very good museum down in the Bayfront area of, it's actually called Firefighters Historical Museum, and it's a good museum, not as big as the Hall of Flame, in my beloved hometown of Erie, PA. You can also find one that has a kind of a cool 8-ball design to it. And now let's go see if we can find some of these. Now, we're in frame Z here, and I'm going to tell you right now, because I've happened to look for it many times, there is my hometown's patch with the hand of the mighty firefighters gripping the flame and holding it in submission. But the truth is, even when you know what letter frame you're in here, there is a kind of a Where's Waldo element. You can stare at these, and I've done it many times when I've tried to help our visitors find their hometowns. But you can stare at these sometimes for half an hour, and it's right in front of you, and it still is really, really hard to find. But That's also part of the fun of this collection, because as you look at all the different stuff from around the country and around the world, you see all of the fascinating and sometimes, frankly, just plain weird designs that people have put on their fire patches. So let's go ahead and see if we can find the one from Antarctica. And again, this may have some of that Where's Waldo effect, but I have found it in the past. And here we have our patch that I was mentioning from Antarctica, which gives us a foothold in all of the continents. And, you know, just such a kind of an interesting little piece for us to have. So here again, from a city where I grew up, Erie, Pennsylvania, is a patch from from Engine 8, and they've got the 8-volt design on there, and so that's a particular kind of proud fire station there in my hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania, and another kind of an interesting design. But even if you aren't looking for a specific patch, if you just can look around, it's really surprising how much fun it is and how intriguing it is to, I mean, this is a very moving one, for instance. This is probably a back of the jacket patch that you'll see from 9/11, and it sort of shows all of the New York City first responder departments that lost folks on that terrible day. But also as you look around, you'll see, for instance, cartoon characters, very, very popular. If you look up there, there is Yosemite Sam, and right next to him is Popeye. Two totally different departments. So a lot of times these guys really, these men and women who create these patches, they really let their imaginations run wild. And so yeah, we have a lot of fascinating, even the town names sometimes fascinate me. Like there's the one with the pheasant there, it says Cordelia. I always think about the character from King Lear, but yeah, it's probably nothing to do with that. I would hope it's nothing to do with that, but it's a very pretty patch. Over here, I've always been fascinated by this big patch, Burro Flats. Where is Burro Flats? Over here, another big patch that always kind of catches your eye, La Luce Fire Department. No idea where that is from or anything like that. I suppose I could research it, but they are, you know, that's kind of just part of the deal, is that you don't know. A couple more up this way. You see some of the beautiful designs, like the fox here on the Fox Chapel Fire Department. Right here, Snuffy Smith, more cartoon character. The Helmetta Fire Department thought that they should put Snuffy Smith on their patch. Surprising, the cartoon characters, actually. I guess it kind of shows you that firefighters tend to be kids at heart, because you can find, you know, the Tasmanian Devil and Yosemite Sam and all these different characters all over the various patches. So it really is kind of an irresistible thing. Yeah, here's one that's similar from Baghdad, Arizona, that's similar to my hometowns, the hand gripping the flame and controlling it. So these designs are really fascinating, and we really can only ever scratch the surface of it, because of course there are thousands of patches in our display, more than upwards of 7,000 patches in the display at this point. One of our wonderful volunteers, Mr. Joe Hinkle from Ohio, is responsible for mounting a whole lot of these patches, and he puts up about another panel of them every year. And so if your hometown is not represented here at the Hall of Flame, and we'd be glad to check on that for you, or even if it is, but maybe there's an updated patch or a different patch or a specific station patch, we really, really invite you to send those patches in. We're always trying to, you know, sometimes we'll ask people like, oh, it's just a small volunteer department. No, 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 no. The small volunteer departments are what we particularly love. Not that we don't love our big city departments too. We totally do. But the more obscure and the more small. Oh, I got one more for you. Here's one that I remember how it came in. This is a patch from Thailand, Lopburi, Thailand, the town of Lopburi, Thailand. And I guess the thing about Lopburi is that they have a lot of monkeys. And if you if you search their website and the town website and you're looking at hotels, the hotels are ranked by like lots of monkeys, just a few monkeys, very few monkeys, depending on how many monkeys you want in your life while you're vacationing in Lopburi. The guy from Lopbury came in here and he was working for the Thai government. He was developing fire safety programs for kids, and he came to visit and he observed our programs for kids here at the museum, and he was kind enough to donate a patch to our collection. So that's another one, Lopbury, Thailand, the home of the monkeys. And yet, oddly, no monkeys on the patch. I don't know, maybe that's not something they want to advertise with their fire department, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is Mark at the Hall of Flame Museum of Firefighting. Remember, if you like these little videos, please like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and come back and check in with us often, because we're always trying to bring you more good stuff here on the Hall of Flame Museum YouTube channel. I'm Mark. Bye-bye.